Good morning, hello. Once again, welcome to my YouTube channel, which goes by the name, it's me again, here at Michorani Farm. My name is Elder EM. In today's episode, I want to show you the success of my farming. It's actually, we are on a dry spell here in Kibwezi, Makueni County. This is the month of October. We await rains, but before the rains fall, like I told you, I have a borehole and I don't rely, I actually do drip irrigation or other irrigation during dry spells. And then as I await for the rain-fed agriculture on that other side of my farm, if you may come, this is where I actually did tilling. This is where I did tilling the other day. You can see the ground, how dry it is. This is how dry it is, but I brought a tractor and actually tilled so that I may await the rain. What we normally say here in Makueni is we turn the soil upside down so that it may get aerated, it may breathe in quotes. But my concentration this morning is actually a review of my farming here at Michorani during dry spell. So come along with me. We do a farm inspection together. This is maize I planted on the 9th of September 2025. And now today is on the 8th of September, a Wednesday, the 8th of October, a Wednesday, which is now roughly 1 month old. Look at the size, look at the height of the crop I've planted. This is a variety of a maize. You may show them the stalk, Director. This is the stalk, how big it is. These are the stalks. This is actually my height. And this is maize which is 1 month old, drip irrigated. I have 3 drip lines here, 1, 2, 3, and on each we dispense water at the stem. This is the essence of drip irrigation. And if you keenly look at, you can actually see at every place there is wetness at every place where I've planted. This is the essence of drip irrigation. And Director, if you may jump across, if you may come over. Lastly, around 1.5 months ago, at the same spot, I brought you a vlog on how to do drip beds. We successfully did it, and after doing it, we actually applied manure, organic manure. Here I've not used any fertilizer. I only use organic manure and probably a bit of insecticides and pesticides, because as you can see here, we had an invasion of armyworms. These are armyworms, but we've dealt with them using some powerful insecticide, notably Armigard. So this is now the success of my farming at Michorani. If I may pause, and this is a happy farmer. This is 1 month down the line. 1 month down the line. If I may repeat, I planted this block on the 9th of September 2025. Today is on the 8th of October 2025. And look at the success of the maize. It's so green, lush green, simply because of the use of manure. When we come down here, I want you to see the size of my bed. I want you to see the size of my bed and the 30 centimeter strip I've left in between. The maize I plant, the maize guided by centimeters. This is 30 centimeter apart, 30 centimeter on the other side, and 30 centimeter on the other side. So basically this is 30 by 30 by 30, and then 30, 30, 30 per every crop. This is now the farrow. This is now the furrow where we use so that we may till and uproot any weeds which are available. But all this soil, this is basically cow manure or cattle manure, and that is the secret to my greening. You can actually see how green it is. So mine today was actually a walk through with you so that I may encourage you, for those of you who have boreholes or even another source of water, so that you can do farming off rain season. Mine, this is a dry spell, and I anticipate some around from here to that far end. I anticipate some around 20 sacks of maize grain. In other places in the US and in other places they refer it to as corn. And this is basically for my poultry farming besides domestic consumption. I don't sell maize more so during this dry spell. I use it for domestic consumption and for my poultry farming. So come along, let's review together. I am here weeding. We actually did cultivate in between the drip lines so that we remove the weeds. These are two here. Marvel at the size of the stalk and how green it is. Size of the stalk and how green it is. This tells you that your corn is in very good health. And mine this morning was actually a review to get to show you how healthy my corn is. This is once again Mechorani Farm in Kibwezi, Kambo Sub-County, Kibwezi, larger Kibwezi of Makueni County. We do a bit of farming. This is basically, this is money intensive because this is drip irrigation, the water source being a borehole. But if you can, a borehole will never let you down. It comes in so handy when during these dry spells. This is what I use even to irrigate my fruits. As you can see, I have a lot of fruits on that other side. I have a lot of fruits over there. All those are mango and pixie fruits. On that other side, you can even see these are pixies, these three here, and for that far end, these are pawpaws ready for consumption. And these are mangoes coming out very well. Look at the size of the tree. And in between I've intercropped the mangoes with some corn. You can see some fully developed corn maize. And this is what we do here at Mechorani, where we take farming seriously. So with me behind the camera is my usual director, Hilary. And probably you'll not see him, but he's the man operating the camera so that I may take a very clear video this morning so that for you to get to see what we do here. Basically, viewer, it takes a lot of determination, a lot of focus, a lot of programming for you to achieve this, if I may say, a lot of programming for you to achieve this good produce. We water them every evening. I water them on a daily basis in the evening. Of course, they take some very little water because this is drip. The drip falls, the drops of water falls at the base of each crop, and that is why that is the secret of my success right here. So come along. I hope you are seeing me. I want to show you what we basically do here at Mechorani Farm. This is one block. If you may show them, this is one block. Here I anticipate to get around 5 sacks of maize. It's in a half an acre parcel of land where I've laid drips. And the secret behind the success of my farming is the furrow, is the way I've done the drip beds. All this is manure, if you may bring the camera. All this is cow manure and sawdust which I've gotten from my poultry farming. And this is what is actually bringing about the success of my farming. So you can actually see, of course, pests have to attack you. This is now the destructive armyworm. That is the destructive armyworm, but we've actually laid a strategy. We are applying insecticides and pesticides so that we do away, so that they don't stop us from succeeding. Look at how the drip beds, the distance. Look at how we've done the drip beds. In fact, even the weeding becomes very easy. You don't break your back while weeding because, as you can see, they are deep enough and the beds are raised to around 30 centimeters high. Then application of manure, and this is the result. This is how successful we've become. Look at this one. It's almost flowering. Look at it. It's actually bigger than my height. I mean taller than my height. And on this bed, we must have done some good work on this bed. Look at the size of the crop here. Very different from this one. Look at how big and lush green. This is how lushy it can get when you use organic manure the right way. So this is a success story. You can see this one. Look at the base. Look at the base and how tall it is. Lush green. So mine viewer, as you enjoy watching my vlog, mine was actually to take you, it's a walkthrough for you to see with your eyes what we do here at Michorani and what can be achieved even in an area which is as arid as Kibwezi. All you need is water, determination, manure, organic manure, and focus. And that is what we are currently achieving. So if you may move back, director. This is me inspecting my crop in the morning. Your man through his channel, it's me again. So let's get to some more lines here. This is what it takes. This is it. Look at me. This block we planted on the 25th of August 2025. Today is on the 8th of October 2025, which roughly translates to around 1 month and 15 days. So the next thing now is actually they'll start now producing the crop itself. The wig, the what do we call this? Kenaue. Itatoa ile kitu hapa hivi ya mahindi, alafu ianze kutoa mahindi ndogo in the next 15 days. This is a success story. The smaller ones are due to repetition, due to pests which eat them and birds which consume them at an early stage. So we had to repeat the process again, but they'll still catch up with these ones. I'll harvest them at the same time. Remember, like I told you, I don't sell my corn when it's young, when it's green. I wait for it to dry. I use the stalk to feed my dairy cows and my doper sheep, and then the corn is what I use for domestic consumption, as well as feeding my poultry with the corn, crushed ones. So mine was to walk you through to see the success of my story and to encourage you, dear viewer, that it is doable, you can do it, and let's get into farming. Farming, like I always impress upon, is very satisfying, very refreshing. You are in touch with nature. You wake up every morning to a smile of fresh, lush green maize before you, and that refreshes you after probably stresses of work during the week. So as you continue watching, viewer, kindly remember to give me that subscription. Leave any comment at the comment section below. Make sure that the comments are respectful and encouraging. Some people truly discourage us from what we are doing. Don't criticize. Let us do farming together. Leave compliments and suggestions and ways of improving my farming if you feel like there are comments you have to make to better my farming. Otherwise, I know I'm on the right track and I'm doing it the right way, and that is why I chose to share it with you confidently. So come along, director. The size of the furrow, like I told you, the size of the furrow should be around 30 centimeters apart to allow a wheelbarrow to pass through when we are harvesting, or even when we are carrying the dry stocks from here to wherever to your storage. And that is why you have to leave it huge. Make sure that equally the beds are as high as possible. They can go high up if you can dig more. They should go even high up to around two rulers, or rather 60 centimeters, 45 centimeters, 30 centimeters, to make sure that you can very easily access or reach your crop. So this is it. This is the success story of my farming here at Michorani Farm. So come along with me. This is yet another section, another block, and I want to believe you can see what sheer determination can achieve. You can see what sheer determination can achieve, and this is me at Michorani Farm. So come along with me. Let's go to a different section. This is now a different section which was truly attacked by armyworms, but we've since fought them off. These are funny kind of worms. They can cause damage overnight. Just a single night. In the morning you find that they've really wreaked havoc to your crop. They've really wreaked havoc to your crop. The adult stage of it is more of a butterfly, a moth, a butterfly if I may say, and that is the one which chews the leaves. But we've laid proper strategies and we are fighting them off. So this is what we do here at Michorani Farm. Remember, this is a crop which is this is an off-season crop, courtesy of drip irrigation. And it's an early morning. I'm just taking you around for you to get to see what we do. This section has really been attacked, but we found a reprieve. We've applied some insecticides, and in this regard, we hope they will change the soonest. We applied water yesterday evening, and that is why they are this good. But this is a damage which happens overnight. You can actually see some pests here, but we're going to crush them and make sure that we do away with them. So that shouldn't deter you, dear farmer. Apply, go to your local agrivet. They will basically, they'll give you the prescription, the right pesticide to come and fight whatever kind of a disease or an attack your crop may be facing. So that is why agrovets are there and agricultural officers within your area. So in this regard, mine was to do a farm tour for me to get to show you the crop, how healthy my crops are. How healthy my crops are. Fresh, healthy, strong, very strong, very nice corn. And that is the pride of a farmer. So hope you're enjoying the video and come along. It's a morning inspection. I hope you are enjoying it with me. It's a morning inspection. Enjoy the tour with me. Come along. This is the third block. Approximately, this is 1.5 acres from the start to that far end, and I have some more over there which I'm taking you to. These drips need to be aligned properly, so that we dispense water the right way. So this is your man at Michorani Farm. That section doesn't have water. Make sure that director, make sure that we give it water the right way so that we don't miss out. This thing has really caused havoc. This thing called Amigad has really caused havoc, and we've applied the right stuff. This is a dry one here. This is now the culprit, an armyworm. That is a dead one. And the fight is on. We have to fight so that you don't lose on our harvest. So come along, director. At this far end, we are using locally available materials, bottles, to make sure that you know where the drip line ends and you don't hit this metal supporter. That is why we use some unidentifiable objects. We just collect these bottles from local bars and local drinking spots and then apply them at the end so that you can spot where the drip line ends and to make sure that you don't hit the metal bar which now supports the drip line. So come along. We had to cut down this tree because it was a host. What happens basically, we had to cut down this tree because birds were clinging on it, and then they now strategize on how to attack on your crop. So we had to do away with it. We are actually trimming it down so that this place is empty and our crop is as healthy as it can be. So we actually cut down that tree. This is fresh corn. 1.5 months on one side, and the other end where I started from, that is, let's say, a month old. So continue enjoying, continue viewing as I take you around Michorani farm for you to get to see. Habari ya asubuhi Wambua. These are now freshly done. These are now freshly done drip beds with very young corn crop, rather. Very young crop. The spacing is 30 centimeters. Some have not shot and others have shot. But look at how good the drip beds are. Look at how good the beds are. They are properly raised to a level of 30 centimeters from ground to enable us weed properly and to make sure that the soil is aerated. So this is how we prepare them and lay drips on top. And if I may take you around, in fact, let's go this way. If I may take you around, look at how we support the drip line at the end. This is a metal bar, and then we place a bottle so that you don't come and hit it as you walk around. So hii mti nilisema ikatwe, hii ni yangu. Ikatwe, hii inataka kukatwa branches. This is how good it can get. This area, this is fresh corn, which we've just planted. I can actually see a dove at that far end. 2 doves trying to scavenge. Those are the ones you have to chase them away. At times you go beyond your means. We've planted, I'm not meant to market anything, but hybrid seed maize DH dry hybrid 04. This is the best for this region, and that is why I've achieved, it shows them that area. That is what we have planted there. This is the packet, a 2 kg packet. That is what we have planted. That is what does very well during this dry spell here around this area of Kambo sub-county. So come along with me. These are freshly planted drip lines. Freshly planted drip lines. You can see the corn is coming out very well. Some holes here. We've given them water. The good thing about drip irrigation is that it drips on the area which is required and leaves the other area which is unwanted. So that is now drip irrigation. For the sake of light, come on this other side, director. Then let's go that way. Yes, I hope you can see me now. This is me at Michorani farm inspecting. This is a morning farm inspection routine, and I decided to share it with you so that I talk the talk and walk the walk. I don't just imagine, I do it. physically and manually. So let's continue. Let's continue. I hope you are seeing me clearly. Let's continue with our work. These are freshly planted corn, and in the next, it takes 3 months for you to harvest. 3 good months for you to harvest. So this is what we are doing. At that far end, these are freshly installed drip lines. Freshly installed drip lines, which measure. This is how the spacing comes by. This is 15 centimeters. This is 20 centimeters. Yes, these are freshly installed drip lines to make sure that we get the very best out of the dripping. So at times, when you imagine that your drips are full of salts and are clogged up, it is always prudent or wise to change them. They are not expensive. A roll goes for around, a roll of 1,000 meters goes for around Kenya shillings 7,500. A gauge, the gauge of 0.4, which is the standard gauge for drip irrigation. So at times when you find that your drip lines are like clogged up due to salts and all that which comes from a borehole, it is advisable that you change your drip lines to new ones. Or even, if I may say, if you find that you've used your drip lines and they are no longer dispensing water to the required level, like this one here, it is advisable. If you look inside, there are all sorts of metal and a lot of clogging up. So it's advisable that you change them to fresh ones, and then probably remove these ones and continue using them. I mean, discontinue the use of the old ones. So these ones will dispense water the right way. Basically, mine was to show you how we do it here at Michorani farm. And this is a section which we've just planted. When you look at it, this is basically half an acre. No, a quarter of an acre or thereabout of corn. You can see, oh, this is green, lush green, young corns coming up. And this is another section which we are doing. Here at Makueni, we normally say, if there are no rains, just get the word rain, add a B at the start, use your brain. Here it's an application of the brain. We don't rely, the rains are funny and reliable. So where possible, we get into drip irrigation or other means of farming, which don't rely or depend on rain-fed agriculture, for you to sustain your farming activities. So this is an hydrant at the very far end. That is an hydrant with water. This is how we operate it, and then it goes all the way and irrigates. So mine was basically a farm tour to get to show you that it's doable, and we can do it here at Michorani. We do it here at Michorani. You can do it too. This is actually a dry corn which we uprooted just the other day. With water, you can do farming all year round. So this is a dry corn which we uprooted the other day, and actually made the beds afresh. Look at the height. Look at how good they are. Weedless. There are no weeds. I don't even apply herbicides. We actually attack the weed long before it becomes a menace. And that is the secret behind our success. So this is it. This is a lucky farmer, a happy farmer. walking beside his corn plantation, and I decided to do this vlog so that I may show you that it is doable. It is actually very doable, and with sheer determination, nothing can stop you really. So this is it. Mine was actually to share with you the success story of my farming. Director, if you may come this side because of the sunshine. Mine was actually to show you the success story of my farming, doable, and to actually encourage you to let's do farming together. For now, see you in the next vlog. God bless.